Hi guys, following our discussion on the concept and purpose of style guides, we will now look at the various types of style guides, different kinds of resources cited with an example. So, these are the various methods used for citing the sources of the work. These methods are known as referencing or citation styles. There are thousands of style guides, and we will look at some of the popular and widely used ones. So, starting with Harvard, APA, American Psychological Association, MLA, Modern Language Association, Chicago Referencing Style Guide. We will now discuss the examples of the most common resources that are cited by the researchers, starting with textual works. Textual works refers to written works. It doesn't matter where you find the textual work, for example, an online book or a report on a website or the format. Items in this category usually include periodicals, items published on a regular, reoccurring basis, such as magazines, newspaper, and journals, books and electronic books, reference works such as dictionaries, encyclopedias, etc., reports such as annual reports or government agencies, and report filed by the financial institutions, and so on, grade literature, press releases, code of ethics, and so on, conference sessions, presentations, dissertations, and thesis. These all fall under the textual works. So next comes the data sets. It is a collection of data. For example, Vividata, database like Vividata, etc. It supports research through validation of results, secondary analysis of public archive data, original data identified through research. And for software, citations are not required for common software and applications such as Microsoft Office products, Twitter, etc. Reference list entries and in-text citations required for the content you have purchased or quoted. Software and applications with a limited distribution require a reference list entry and also in-text citation. And similarly, tests include scales and inventories, scales that are standardized criteria to measure characteristics. For example, when you're using a Likert scale or something like that, tests are created using scales like psychometric tests and so on. Inventories are used to measure traits and tendencies such as personalities, learning styles, and so on. It requires a citation for supporting its literature if available. If not, cite the test itself. Then comes the audio-visual media. It refers to either audio only, visual only, or both audio and visual combined. The reference page entry should include parentheses with a brief description of the type of work you are citing. Items in this category usually include films or videos, webinars, albums or single songs, podcasts, artworks, photographs, and PowerPoint slides. And finally, there is online media. It refers to social media content and web pages or websites that are not considered in any of the other categories. It is important that you cite the original content that you found on the social media site. For instance, item in this category includes Twitter profiles, tweets, Facebook pages and their posts, Instagram photos and highlights, LinkedIn forum posts, and so on. News websites without a print equivalent, other web pages and websites that are not categorized anywhere else. So these are the various types of resources that are commonly cited by the researchers. So now we will see an example using the APA style guide for the various categories of resources we discussed earlier. This will give you a clear idea of what to include in the body of the text and also in the end of the manuscript in the form of references or bibliography. We will start with the APA formatting rules for book. So we should italize the book title, utilize sentence case for book titles. First word of the title and the first word of the subtitle should be capitalized. The proper noun should be capitalized. Every other word should be in lowercase. Reference works should include dictionaries, encyclopedias, and diagnostic manuals. Ebooks do not include platform, format, or either device. Similarly, for data sets, provide a retrieval date only if the data set is designated to change over time. Here, date of published data acts as a year of publication. Similarly, date for unpublished data is the year for collection. If version number exists, include them in parentheses after the title. And for audio-visual contents that may have both audio and visual or either audio or visual or whatever it may be, formatting varies whether they stand alone or whether they are part of the greater whole. Here, the author is determined by the type of media. Work is usually described using square brackets following the title. In parenthetical citation format, last name of the author is followed by year and timestamp. Similarly, for the online media, you should include the text of the social media post up to the first 20 words. Keep the original spelling and capitalization of the tweet or the post as it is. Include the emojis if possible, or describe the emoji in square brackets. And also, if there is an audiovisual item attached to the post or the tweet, describe the audiovisual item in square brackets as well. So with this, I hope you have a decent understanding of the APA formatting rules. I am not going over the other styles because this isn't the point of our course. As previously mentioned, each style has its own set of rules, and this one is specific to APA. So thank you and see you again in the next video.